Now with the release of Minecraft 1.20, we now have two new wood types at our disposal. Those types of wood, of course, being the cherry wood and the bamboo wood. Now I've already built a house using the new cherry wood, so today I'm going to focus on bamboo wood. So these are the new types of bamboo wood. The way to craft all these different types of wood is first you have to craft the block of bamboo, which is just from 9 pieces of bamboo. Then once you have this block of bamboo, if you just put it in the crafting recipe, you get bamboo planks. And then once you have these bamboo planks, you actually have to make them into slabs, and then from here you are able to craft the mosaic bamboo blocks. And then of course this block right here you actually can't craft, it's just the stripped version of the green one. And then one unique thing about bamboo wood is that it doesn't make a boat, instead it makes a raft, which I actually think looks really cool. I prefer this over the boat, honestly. So these will be the blocks that we will be working with today. Of course, with a bunch of others as well, just to add some more decoration. So I went ahead and threw together a whole bunch of blocks in this chest. These are all the ones that I could think of right now that I want to use in this build. I might add to this list, I don't actually know. So let me quickly outline the color palette. So these blocks up top are going to be the walls of this building. We're going to have a gradient going from mossy cobblestone up to the bamboo wood up here at the top. These blocks here are going to be the decorative blocks for the walls, like the pillars and the different like dividing pieces I'm going to use. Probably going to use a combination of jungle slabs and oak slabs for the flooring. The next layer here is for the roof. So we got a bunch of deep slate stuff. And then I also want to make the roof look a little bit aged, so we're going to work in some tough mossy cobblestone, moss, grass, mossy carpet, all that fun stuff. And then over here we have the chimney that I'm going to put on the top. I'm probably going to need a different assortment of materials for the inside, but we'll get to that in a second. For now though, let me take some of these mossy blocks, and we're going to outline this build. The first part of this outline I want to put down is a circular kind of shape over here, and I want this to be a tower. Nothing too large over here. I don't really want this house to be absolutely massive. I think I went a little bit too big on the cherry wood one, so I kind of want to try to tone it down here. And then from there, with the combination of mossy blocks that we have, we're going to be branching out this way, just like this, and then also over here. And then from here, I'm going to get rid of these 6 blocks, just so then we have one big connected shape. Now I would like to build up these walls. And I think about this height is probably good. The tower though, of course, will come up much higher than this. And then over here in the tower is where we will incorporate the other types of bamboo blocks. I'm not sure how tall I want to make this tower. I will figure out the height once I do the roof for down here. So then just for the time being, let me put away those blocks and let's start bringing in some spruce. Now we're going to give this build a little bit of depth by putting some spruce beams all over the place. And just to add a little bit of texture, of course, we're going to be mixing in some oak wood as well. But all of these beams are going to come up to the top of the walls, and then we will also be connecting these all the way across. So these walls are going to be a little flat. So my really simple way of adding a little bit of depth is just by putting like a support pillar right here and right here. And then we're going to do another little design trick back here. So this wall is 8 blocks long, and I'm not a big fan of doing something like this. I don't really think it looks all that good, so I'm going to try something else. I'm going to put 2 stairs upside down like this, and we're going to bring some trapdoors like that and on this other side. And then close all the trapdoors, and then you have another little pillar here in the middle. I really like what this looks like. I've seen this before on a build. I really apologize because I do not remember where it was, but I think that looks awesome. And then when you complete the wall design just like this, it looks even better. Now there's another spot I have to do that to over here. And then as for the other walls, it's just a very simple design for now. 2 upside down stairs, trapdoor. All right, that's all the spruce and the oak wood we're going to use for now. So I'm going to put these blocks back and let's move on to the roof. And I think a really simple slab roof is going to work really well for this build. So let me show you how I just did that. So we're going to come to the other side of like the L shape over here. Going to put a slab right there, extend it over one this way, and put a slab beneath it. And then all you do from here is just go over one, up one with slabs until you reach the middle, which is that block right there. And then you can go back down the other side. And that is all you do. It's a really simple roof. I also just realized that I forgot to complete all the pillars up to the top of the tower, so the tower should look something like this. But now back to the roof. So we're going to connect these 2 sides up over here, and the way we're going to do that is by alternating between like a full block and a slab block, and it gives this nice little effect on the side. And we will also be doing a similar thing over here, and I think we might just extend this all the way around. I'm not sure how that'll look. I don't hate it as of now. I might come back and change that, but we'll leave it the way it is for the time being. I do want to move this down though then. Now let's work on the rest of the roof, and this is going to be very simple as well. So all we're going to do is alternate between these 2 slab blocks. So we have the deep slate tiles and the deep slate bricks. Once I put these blocks all the way in, I will mess the roof up a little bit because I really like doing that in my builds. I guess I should also mention that this middle strip is going to be the regular cobbled deep slate. And now we can do that messing up of the roof. So what we're going to do is just delete a couple sections. And I just realized I need mossy stone slabs for this. And we're going to sprinkle those in every once in a while. And we're also going to throw some moss and some tuff. Then on top of the moss, we can put some grass. And I also like throwing a little bit of carpet kind of where I can. So then it'll look like this, which I quite like. I think it looks like the roof is degrading a little bit, and that's the exact kind of vibe that I'm going for here. So let's just do this to the different sections of the roof. And then continuing messing up the roof, I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle in some extra slabs on top. But again, I just want the roof to look like it's been messed up a little. And now the absolute final thing I wanna add to this roof is a small chimney. So all we're gonna do is just bring a couple blocks out of the roof just like this. Make it go up to about there. That looks good to me. And then put a campfire and then cover it with spruce trapdoors. And that is all I want to do for the chimney. I don't really want to do anything more than that. With that done though, let's move on to the tower. We are almost at a really good height here. I think I'm going to go up about 2 more blocks. Now this roof up here is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have a spruce wood trim. And I'm not particularly great at this, so let me mess around for a little bit. And I'll be back when I find something that I like. I think this actually looks pretty cool. I'm really not the best at making roofs like this, but I definitely am trying to get better. I'm trying to do them more often. So it's nothing too complicated. Let me kind of go over it. So you just have an upside down stair here, trapdoor, slab, trapdoor, upside down stair. This is going to be the same on every single side. And then this little diagonal piece is just a slab. On top of this middle slab here, we have a stair. We went up by 1 block, put a trapdoor, put a stair on top of that. Went up by another block, trapdoor, stair, did that on all sides until you got to this one central block here. And then from here, I'm just gonna connect up the sides with a bunch of deep slate stuff. This might be a little bit confusing to explain, but let me kind of show you what I did. I'll rebuild it over here. So next to the trim we made, you're just gonna put 2 full blocks of the deep slate stuff. On top of that, then you're gonna put a slab. And then you're gonna have 1 slab right here, a little bit higher, full block, slab. And then just 2 slabs on top of that. And let me actually change up these blocks a little bit to make it look a little bit more interesting. There we go, and give it a little bit more texture. And then we're gonna do the same exact thing over here. And then from here, you're just gonna put 2 more full blocks down here, 2 stairs then, and then this middle section here, just put a full block right there, and then a slab on top. A little bit complicated, but I don't think it's too bad, hopefully at least. Alright, and now that it's all perfect and symmetrical, let's mess it up a little bit again. And then that will be the final roof. So I think all of the roofs are completely done now. I think I'm gonna have 2 different window designs in this build. It's gonna be very similar to the cherry wood build if you've seen that one. So one of the window designs, very, very simple. Gonna just have, of course, the glass panes, an open fence gate, and then campfires on top. But let me grab a shovel so we can extinguish those campfires. And then we're gonna use spruce trapdoors as window shutters, and we pretty much have the final design. The only other thing to add then is some leaves and then some pieces of grass where you can put some flowers. So a little bit of leaves over here. We have 3 pieces of grass with this little design here. It's just 2 bamboo signs and then a bamboo trapdoor in the middle. And then let me grab some flowers. Might as well use the new torch flower. I really like what this flower looks like. Looking pretty sick. And then the final thing to complete this is just a lantern for some light. Very simple looking window design, but I think it looks nice. And then the other window design that I have in mind is also going to be one that I've used plenty of times. And I think it's mainly going to be used in this instance in the tower up here. So we're gonna start with 2 upside down stairs just like that. Put a spruce trapdoor in the middle. And let's make these 3 blocks high for the windows. Why not? Have some tall boys here on the tower. Gonna put 2 trapdoors just like that. Then you're gonna put a slab in the middle, and then I actually need some fences just to line the 2 sides. So it's just like that. Again, a fairly simple window design. I'm not the best at designing windows if I'm being real, but it's better than nothing. All right, so now the house's exterior is completely done. So I'll just kind of like go around and show you what I did. We have a couple areas of like storage. We have these like little melon sections because I think it looks pretty nice and obviously fits within the jungle. Got some leaves, got some flowers, got some bamboo, some more storage. I think it's looking pretty decent. Next up though, I would like to move to the interior, and I don't have my gamma mod installed right now, so let me throw down some torches. Just straight off the rip, I'm guessing the bedroom could probably go up here somewhere. I think that would look pretty nice. Maybe we can have a ladder leading up since we don't have much room inside. We should probably use a ladder over an actual staircase, even though we could use a staircase right here, but I kind of want to use this space for something else. And then we're probably going to throw a kitchen and like a storage room in here somewhere. It's going to be a very tiny storage room. I feel like if I actually built this house in survival, I would surely make a basement and have a really big storage room. But to begin, I guess let's just get rid of the floor on the inside. And before I actually throw in the floor, let me put in a bunch of materials in this chest that I'm going to be using. I now have a bunch of interior materials in this chest. And I'm sorry that I don't have the specific number of the materials that I'm going to be using. And the same for the material list over here for, like, you know, the exterior of the house. I'm sorry that I didn't have the exact numbers of everything. I'm not using the Lightmatica mod, and I'm pretty sure that's how people figure out exactly how many materials they used. Probably something I should install, and maybe I'll use it for a future build project. I apologize. I'm gonna start with the floor, and the floor is going to be a combination of jungle and oak planks. I just gotta figure out what kind of combination I want. I was thinking about bordering with the oak planks, but I think instead we're just gonna kind of mash these together. Yeah, I really like what these two blocks look like together. I do apologize, I forgot to add a couple blocks to that chest. I meant to add deep slate for the ceiling on the inside. I think we'll just do something very simple. Just have 2 rows of stairs just like that, and then in the middle there, let's just alternate between the deep slate bricks and the deep slate tiles. Next up then, I would like to add the floor for like the bedroom up here. And that's going to start on this level. While we're up here then, we might as well work on the roof. Let me actually get rid of these blocks because they're not necessary at the moment. Those are also not necessary. Then we just have a nice square room up here where I'm just going to use deep slate again. Keep it very simple. I don't really like doing super intricate roofs on the insides, or ceilings, I guess. Something like that looks good to me. This is enough space for a bedroom for sure. Now I do think I want to double layer up this floor down here just to get rid of like the exposed oak and stripped spruce wood here. And then that'll just be the ceiling for this section here. This is going to be a pretty tall room, but I think it'll work. And I definitely do apologize because there's one more block I need to add to this interior chest. I'm sorry. Very ill prepared. Professional YouTuber over here for sure. That block is just these stairs, because I just want to like kind of round off these little archways here a little bit better. So we're just going to do that. All the rest of these materials then that are now in my inventory will be used to actually kind of decorate this inside. All we did so far is kind of just section off the build and just provide a couple different rooms. But now we actually have to go in and add some shelves, some chests, and all that fun stuff. I'm thinking right here could be a cool spot for the kitchen. Even though we're going to have to, you know, have a ladder to get to the upstairs, I think we can still fit that all in here. So what if we make like a shelf like this and have other shelving above, and even more so above this? Grab my barrels, and we can kind of just line this whole top thing with barrels here with trapdoors and slabs underneath. Yeah, kind of like that. That looks pretty cool. Don't know how accessible these barrels actually are, but I do like it. And let's also hang some leaves from the inside here. Why not, you know? I think it looks pretty nice. Makes sense for a jungle, I think. I'm gonna get rid of this stair here actually and add 2 smokers instead, just so there's actually like some functionality to this room. And one more block I'm gonna get rid of. I'll get rid of that trapdoor, and we will take this cauldron, take this water bucket, and a lever, and we can make a little sink. And then we're just gonna have to decorate the rest of the cabinets here with some flowers and probably some chests. And there we have a small little kitchen storage kind of area. And then this will be our way to get to the second floor. And of course I'm stupid because I forgot to put a ladder in the material list. So let's add this ladder in here. This isn't completely necessary, but you could put a trapdoor up there as well, just to cover in the whole floor. So there's one room completed. Let's work on the other 2. Now, one of these I want to have like a smelting area, and I think the chimney's actually over here, right? Yeah, so even though it doesn't actually matter if it connects, it makes more sense to me to actually have it connect here. So I'm just gonna add like a big wall here of like smelting blocks. You don't really need to go this large, but it's actually really useful if you are trying to live in this house. The way I do my interiors is I just kind of copy a whole bunch of things over and over again. And it usually doesn't look terrible. I can at least say that. But that works for me for a little like smelting area, also a little bit of extra storage. And then back here, we'll just be mainly focused on storage. It's a little tight back here, but this definitely does work as a storage room. We have a whole bunch of chests, we have some barrels, we have some other tables where I'm going to throw in the rest of the decorations on. And we can also make some extra shelving up here. And I think since this is a storage room, I'm going to put some extra barrels. I'm going to put a few leaves up here. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. I'll do it up here, too. Add a few leaves every once in a while. Just to move on to the upstairs now, and then this build is complete. And of course, this is a bedroom, so let's actually throw a bed. I'm going to put 2 upside down stairs next to the bed. We'll have a lantern on one, and then a potted, why not, jungle sapling on the other side. Let's also use a couple composters, add a few bushes up here too. Gonna throw in a few bookshelves just to have like a little collection of books, a little library up here in the bedroom. And then we have a little section of wall over here left that I actually want to fill up. I'm actually just gonna line that whole top with leaves. I think that looks pretty nice. Gonna throw another pot down here and then probably just a chest. And maybe one more over there. The absolute final thing I want to add to this build is I want to put this lantern design somewhere. So I'm actually gonna put it directly in the middle. So we're going to have a lightning rod facing just like that. We're going to have a pot underneath that. And then we're going to throw glow item frames all the way around. But I think with this final edition, I did not mean to get rid of that. With this final edition, I believe this build is completed. And this is what the final product looks like with shaders on. I don't have too much experience building in a jungle if I'm being honest, but I really like what I came up with. I think making an entire village out of this color palette would look really nice in this biome. Of course, though, let's hop onto the inside, take a look at that with shaders on, because even the interiors look a lot better. with a little bit of shader action. And then of course the last room, the bedroom up top. And like I said earlier, that little light design doesn't really give off much light. You could throw some extra torches in here or extra lanterns in here if you would want to, but this one is actually enough to keep all the mobs away, so we should be chilling. I hope you guys enjoyed this build though, and I really hope that if you want to build it yourself, you're able to at least kind of copy what I did. I know this isn't exactly a tutorial, but I did try to go slow in some sections. Thank you so much for watching one final time, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.